All right, welcome back, everybody. 21-7, Kingsburg trailing this game. And let's send it downstairs to Kevin with the Vikings head coach. Looking forward to that second half.
Hey, thanks, Ralph. I'm here with Coach Wilson, and you guys got on the board pretty quickly, but I'm sure you talked about at halftime some things you got to fix.
Yeah, a lot of it's us. We got to fix some of the things we're doing. The penalties were bad, some of the bad snaps, just killing ourselves in position to get on the scoreboard, and then all of a sudden, it's 3rd and 20. What do you do? So we got to fix some of those things. I think we can do that, and we'll go from there.
Eliminate those turnovers, and you're back in the game, right, Coach?
Absolutely, absolutely.
All right, well, you go get with your guys. Thanks for spending time with us. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Hey, Ralph, back to you.
All right, thanks very much, Kevin, and thank you, Coach. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half of this game. Josh Guerrero with a touchdown pass to Edwards. Brooks had a big run to set up the short touchdown. It was also that drive aided by a penalty. Jaden Barrows has 2 interceptions in this game for the Vikings. Edwards with a spectacular catch. And this is the surprise of the first half, really. Kazmeir Allen as a replacement for Romello Harris, who suffered a broken finger on the 3rd play while playing defense tonight. Has not played since. Actually, he's gone to the hospital. There's Barris with his 2nd interception. There are the first half stats. A couple of turnovers haven't hurt Tulare so much. I mean, boy, you'd think if they had been able to capitalize on those drives when they had the ball. But as it is, 2 turnovers, both interceptions by Jaden Barris.
Yeah, and just the thing that jumps out at you is, look at that, 9 first downs on each way, going both ways, though. It's just Kingsburg just has shot themselves in the foot, getting deep into Tulare territory.
And most of those rushing yards, the 141, by number 10, the fill-in tonight, Kazmeir Allen. He'll start the second half alongside the quarterback, Josh Guerrero, who will throw. Down the sideline, tipped away on a good defensive play by Aguilar.
Yeah, just got it in right in the nick of time. But what I didn't like, there was no safety on top.
Tonight's third quarter is sponsored by Boz Allergy and Asthma Center.
I think Edwards has gained that respect where he needs to have somebody over the top. I mean, Aguilar is a great athlete himself, but size-wise, he just doesn't match up with that kid.
Touchdown saving tip of the ball there on that play, though.
You are flirting with dynamite. You got to have a safety cheat over towards him.
This is Allen. Busts through a hole in the middle.
Oh,
now
wow.
Takes it to the outside and farther to the outside, down the sideline, into the secondary, to the 20, 10, touchdown, Allen. My gosh.
Oh, he had about 3 cuts on that were just highlight film material. In fact, you talk about buying a copy for this game. Do you hear me, Mr. and Mrs. Allen?
64 yards. That should put him right around 200 for the game.
The future looks bright for Tulare Union. You lose a guy like Harris, and in comes this kid. Oh, he had about 3 cuts that were incredible. And like I said, Ralph, they're not even touching him.
Alexis Perez makes the extra point. Does this remind you of last week when we had Trevor Irvin?
Yeah, well, Irvin was in between the tackles. Irvin's not bad, a good running back, just chewed him up, but he doesn't have stop-start spurt ability like this kid does.
But he wasn't expected to rush for nearly 200 yards like he did.
Right there. Another move. Well,
and then when he got to the outside there,
bam,
boom.
Uses his block, good block downfield. And, you got about 2 guys with angles. Forget it.
64 yards on that touchdown run.
He has got some wiggles.
28-7 Tulare leading Kingsburg.
sophomore? Am I correct? Yeah, only a sophomore.
11 rushes. He's close to 200.
And that should be cash.
What kind of an average is that, huh?
Yeah.
17.4 a carry.
Straight cash.
Wow.
And we talked about the home run ability of Tulare Union. Yeah.
First half he covered 62 yards.
Yeah, 64, 62. Yeah. Well, boy, it looks like he belongs at the junior high. Just a little baby face. But he's got some adult moves, that's for sure.
Aguilar with some nice moves, getting out across the 30 to about the 32.
And so now this changes the mindset kind of. When you're down 3 scores like this, now you're putting the ball in Sierra's arm. Excuse me, Anthony Sierra. We call him Josh. His brother Josh was the quarterback last year. Apologize to Anthony there. But now you're expecting Sierra's arm to make a distance instead of churning it out like they did successfully in the first and second quarters. Now you got to play catch up. It's a little different when that front 4 can just throw their ears back and go at you, just like that.
Brooks runs right into A.J. Millen.
In the secondary, all you do is just make sure nobody gets behind you there, wrap up, rally to the football, and make the tackle. It's a lot easier to play defense with a 3-touchdown lead. And it's just very difficult, even though we've just started the second half, it's just very difficult for Kingsburg not to try and start airing it out a little. Can't really use Brooks except swing passes and in the slot. But their mindset coming in has changed without question, not being able to run the football with a pretty good offensive line.
Penalty before the snap. Now I was thinking if Romello Harris, who has a broken finger at the hospital, is watching on TV, no matter he wants to come back and play in the second half, you know?
On number 50.
I think his
5
job
yards.
is safe. Just one man's opinion. I think his job is safe.
My goodness, what are you going to do with a guy named Allen when Harris comes
Well,
back?
you know, Allen does some things. They can play him in the slot. Obviously, he can do some things with kick return, and you're just getting him ready for the future. And the future is, it looks in good shape for Tulare Union. Man, they have some playmakers, huh?
The future is
Yeah,
now.
I mean, Edwards and Allen, they're both sophomores.
Yeah.
You kidding me?
Sierra trying to get it out to Aguilar near the 40. Short on the pass, incomplete. Third down, third and about 15. We saw number 5, Seth Brooks, do some things in the running game in the first half.
Yeah, and it was a great combo with that offensive line and Brandon Perez leading the way and Seth Brooks. But
Right now,
yeah.
Kingsburg is looking one-dimensional. That pass incomplete, and it'll be fourth down.
And I think that just look at the sidelines. It's kind of just deflated the Kingsburg players. You know, you go into halftime, you get some good chalk going, you believe in yourself, you explain to them how you've moved the football all the way down. And now look what's going on here. And just that one run again just deflates you.
Yeah, Kingsburg had the ball for about a minute. Punt's going to bounce and be stopped at midfield.
Well,
Dead in there, so great field position again.
I just, you know, boy, I'm not trying to harp on or beat up any coaches or Coach Wilson and his staff, but I just can't. I'm going to have to go back to that bootleg call. When you got the ball at the 3-yard line, you've just been tearing them up in between the tackles. Voorhees and company were just pushing the pile. It's an undersized offensive line, and on 1st and goal from the 3, you call a boot pass and lose, 12 yards, and it was over. That is the difference in the game. Forget about what Allen's done. That was the momentum difference right there.
Daly on the reception, the football, and Aguilar got there at the same time. Seth Coste's lost his helmet, so he'll have to come out for play. But that was a dangerous pass.
Yeah, it was. You got to get it quick. And one thing they worked on with quarterback coach John Swinning, who we'll talk about coming up here when we get a chance. But one thing they talked about is getting it and releasing it. And a lot of times I saw Guerrero throwing it. It didn't even seem like he had the seams on it. So that's how fast of a pass you want to get out there. He's
Allen,
our guy.
again, there he goes. Well, he's just blasting past everyone. He is gone.
Now he's
touchdown.
Now he's just showing off, Ralph. Now he's just showing off.
And Romello Harris in the hospital is looking for the car keys right now.
Yeah. You know, if you're Tulare Union, you're going, this is our JV team here. This is our plan B.
Add another
second stringer.
54 yards to his total, so he'll be nearing 250. And we haven't even played 3 quarters.
Well, it's safe to say that El Pollo Loco player of the game, they're already wrapping it up. They've got the chicken, they got the rice, they got the chips, they got everything else. Just going to write number 10 on the side, Kazmeir Allen. Come get your grub on.
Well, let's watch him work his
right
magic.
Through the chute. Right through the chute. And this is one right through there, through the green alley. Just bust through the green alley. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Forget it. The future is bright in Redskin land. Boy, Coach Bennett, yeah. He has got some players, huh?
You think he knew what he had in
I'm not
this young
sure.
man?
You know, and I talked to him. I talked to him this summer a lot. I got to talk to him this week on the set. Called him today. Talked about something. And never did he say, wait till you see. You know, he talked about Kazmeir Allen. He talked about Edwards. And he talked about some young guys. His main emphasis was talking about the experience he had on the offensive line. And rightfully so. And he just loves Alonzo, and I would too. And I've already bragged on Nunez and Isaac Ramirez and Ethan Mumm too, who started only his second game. They've just done an incredible job. And you get players in the back there like Allen, and you see what happens.
Aguilar on the return out to about the 35-yard line as we send it down to Kevin for a Wendy's Hot and Juicy sideline report.
All right, thanks, guys. You know, there's a lot to cheer about if you're a Tulare Union fan, but certainly if you're a player who is injured with a severe leg injury, like number 36, Milton Lemus. Currently, he's at Valley Children's Hospital recovering from surgery, so we have in his place Leah Davis. How you doing tonight, Leah?
I'm good, thank you.
All right, so Milton stepped into your life, and you stepped into his life for a very particular reason, yes?
Yes, he's deaf. I'm his interpreter.
All right, and as his interpreter, surprisingly, you say that he has many advantages as a player out on the field.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, he never been offsides.
He's playing the ball, right?
He's playing the ball.
All right, eye on the ball, just like Coach Bennett says, right?
right.
Now, there's some unique ways that others communicate with him, particularly you. Now, how do you communicate with him when you're on the sideline?
I do everything through sign language, through SL sign language and, you know, facial expressions.
Yeah, and certainly you're very animated because I remember from years past, you're jumping, I mean, you're vertical. You got to be at least 36 inches on the vertical.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Oh, yeah. How can you not be excited?
Yeah, so Milton can see that. And then, of course, his teammates communicate with him as well.
Oh, absolutely. They go above and beyond for him. When coach changes a play and I can't get to him, they tap him. They, you know, they're great.
Yep, tell him which side is going on. And then the coaches also have wristbands, different colored wristbands to help him in certain plays. Leah spending so much time with him since 5th grade. He was in 5th grade, and he's watching right now, and he's texting you, tweeting. I mean, he's telling you, tell this guy to do that and the other guy to do that. Just an awesome, awesome situation. What do you admire most about Milton?
You know, it's got to be his passion. He is so passionate about everything he does, especially football, but on and off the field, he's got such passion.
All right, well, we appreciate your passion. Thanks for stepping in his place. Milton, get well soon. We're feeling for you, and we thank you for spending time. Guys, let's keep the conversation going at hashtag FNR Fresno. Back to you.
Thank you, Kevin. We saw some passion from Xavion Crisp with the fumble recovery, and Tulare's back in business. I think that's second fumble recovery of the game for Crisp. Pump fake, throwing deep. Has a receiver out there, but it's incomplete. Daly going up for it again. He's the deep target.
And
Just
that's
lost the snap.
Yeah, he just dropped it. And you can't make mistakes like that anytime during the year. I mean, this game's kind of out of hand right now, but, I mean, look at how deflated Kingsburg looked. Actually, he just hit him right in the hands, too.
Well, they finally figured out a way to stop Allen after about a 4-yard gain. You just now expect him on every handoff to find an opening
break
and
it,
blast
yeah.
off.
You're almost disappointed if he doesn't take it to the house.
Maybe he's getting tired.
Yeah, I know he had 2 carries for 118 yards and 2 TDs now.
He's at 249 now, 249 yards. And we still have 9 minutes left in the third quarter. Guerrero over the middle. Great catch. Daly goes up and gets it and pulls it down. It'll be first down just outside the 10.
Athletes in action. Is that the best way to say it? Is that the best way to describe it? Athletes in action.
We saw some of these in the first half a little too high for him to get. And this one was high, but he went up and pulled it down.
And you see there, and I talked about it earlier. What a catch. Guerrero must have some small hands because he's not really getting the threads on it there. But he is throwing a very accurate toss coming from Guerrero there.
Whistles before the snap. Let's check out the penalty. We've had a lot of them tonight.
Dead ball, false start on the offense, 5-yard penalty. First.
So they'll step it back to the 15. First and goal. This is too close for Allen. He has to be 65 yards away.
He needs a par 5. You know, par 3s are too easy for him. He needs a par 5.
Guerrero steps out of trouble, pulls it down and runs it out of bounds at the 10. Gain of 5, second and goal. He actually went out at the 11, so it's second and goal from there. Allen. Big hole, then it closes quickly. He gets down near the 5 or 6 yard line.